Yesterday I talked about the 5 things that I did like about Total War Saga Troy from my gameplay experience, and although the positives do outweigh the negatives by far for me, it would be wrong of me to only do a video dedicated to the positives. So here are 5 things I don't like or feel could be improved on in Total War Saga Troy. And first of all, the public order felt far too calm and uneventful. Public order has always been a part of Total War. In Rome 1 and Medieval 2 it was difficult to maintain due to a variety of reasons. As time went on it got simpler, yet still jumped around a lot, especially in Attila. This I liked. 1 minute your army is providing plus 20 public order, then there's another 15 from buildings. Next, you have left with your army, an enemy has come in, started raiding, and public order is going down by minus 15 per turn. I like that. In Warhammer 2, Three Kingdoms and also Troy, you don't get that. There's not enough in game that drastically hurts public order, apart from capturing a new province. In return, there's not much to boost it as well. In Troy, I believe there was only 1 or 2 buildings max to boost public order, and then 1 prayer god also helped. I just like a public order system that jumps around much more. 1 minute you're fine, the next minus 20 per turn until you sort out the problem. In Troy and other new titles, minus 4 and plus 4 seems to be as exciting as most settlements get. But it is too late for the devs to do anything here for Troy about that. Problem 4, the auto-resolve. Of course, the auto-resolve system from Rome 2 makes a return. This I don't mind. I certainly prefer it to the older titles, but the issue in Troy is how it is done, the actual auto-resolve fighting. In most games, they just fight on the campaign map for a few seconds and then it is all done. In Troy, however, they load out of the campaign and load into the arena. There they duel. Then you get all the rewards like the food, all of that stuff. It loads out of the arena and then it loads back into the campaign. Those loads are only 1 to 2 seconds long max, but it still drags out the feel. Auto-resolves I use to get through it faster. Yet in Troy the auto-resolves are certainly unnecessarily longer than they have to be. And I found myself skipping all of them by pressing escape, which I've never felt the need to do before in an auto-resolve. That being said, I like the art style. Maybe only have that for main heroes, and the rest are just normal slice of a sword and then the results would be better. Problem 3. Useless buildings. There's many buildings in Troy that I felt had no real use, that were not worth the cost or worth the building slot. This is especially prevalent in the resource buildings. There's one that almost completely destroys growth in your settlement. There's others that cause unhappiness, yet produce next to no extra amount of resources or benefits, and stuff like that. Many Total War titles suffer from this problem, especially Attila. They add a load of filler buildings to make the game appear more complete. I am fine with some buildings that can be used very rarely in super odd circumstances, but some of these just felt pointless all round, especially considering that you have limited spots. Problem 2. The Trojan War. Like all other major complex wars, are a great way for technology to prosper. Just look at the tech we got from the World Wars. Troy was no different. Many breakthroughs were made in weaponry, battle tactics, medicine and more. A lot of this is found in the tech tree, but not the weapons nor the units. The units you can train right from the early game are the units you get until the late game. Rome 1 had Marian reforms, Medieval 2 had gunpowder, Rome 2 and Attila have units that you can unlock in the tech tree, and so do many other titles. But in Troy, unlocking new units through tech seems to be lacking, and this is something I certainly noticed. Even Thrones had that. Problem number 1. My biggest issue so far with Total War Saga Troy. It's a mechanic we had in Rome 2, and I believe it has never returned. It never returned for a reason. When you build walls in Total War, it is to stop the enemy getting in for the first turn, like they can do with villages, giving you time to respond and bring in reinforcements, as you should historically be able to do. Given how Total War works with its end turn system rather than real time, this pauses the enemy as they must build siege equipment first. In Troy and Rome 2, it's thrown out the window. Its ladders instantly spawn out of nowhere. The fact they just appear on the battlefield, that does not bother me. That doesn't bother me at all. It bothers me that this is a mechanic in campaign also. It means I can just attack a walled settlement and instantly auto-resolve, getting around the walls, slowing me down and the danger of the wall itself. It also means enemies can attack walled, ungarrisoned settlements in just one turn. See, this is an end turn style game. Not only do you remove the fact we can no longer make our own custom garrisons like in Medieval 2 or Shogun 2 or those titles, but now you remove walls having an effect in campaign also. It just seems a bit odd. This is one reason why I hate Rome 2, and I really do hope the devs can fix this for Troy. I am fine with them appearing out of nowhere in battles, but they must at least have to build them in campaign first, and wait outside the walls for a turn for the opponent to have a chance of responding. Only in real-time strategy does the method used in Troy fit and work. And that is all for this video. Some of them are fixable in Troy, but most are either too late or more of a general complaint about newer titles. However, overall I think it is looking promising. Make sure to check out my other top 5 things about Troy that look good video, posted yesterday. It's also good to get a review that covers both sides. Anyway, I have been Melkor. Share with anyone else you think may be interested. Subscribe to get notified of more, especially my Total War Saga Troy Paris stream, Friday at 3 PM UK time. But most importantly, I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye for now.